Hello everybody, welcome to the Creative Camper Soaps. So today we're going to do a fun project. Well, it's actually not really fun. It's one that I kind of dread the most, but it is resourceful and it helps me to use up soap that I have beveled, little shreds of soap, and also soap that I've messed up and need to rebatch. So we are making a rebatch today and I'm going to take you guys along to show you guys how that's done. So come on along and let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and get started by turn this crock pot on to high. I got this crock pot from the thrift store. Didn't have any crock pot on me because with the Instapot, I don't need one anymore. The Instapot does both slow cook and pressure cook. So I picked this up at the thrift store. It was pretty cheap and it works pretty well. I'm just going to start by adding what I already have, which is just random soap bevelings. You can see it's already pretty a lot. I have another whole bag that I need to add, but I think we'll hold off a little bit. Alright, let me just go ahead and add these since I got those out. So here we go. Okay, so what we're going to use as an additive for this is coconut milk. This is organic. It's got full fat. It's unsweetened. And we're going to add that for extra creaminess. Because while this looks pretty, when it gets done, and all these colors mixed together, it's not pretty, which is why I affectionately call it my ugly bar. So it's got to have something in it that makes it worth it, and that is this. So we're just going to add that in, and we're going to put a lid on it and set it aside while I get other soap ready. So the reason why I stated that this is not so fun is because I got to use this to make shreds out of my soap. So sometimes what happens is some projects don't come out so nice. You can see this is pretty ugly. I'm not even going to tell you what this was supposed to be. We're not going to talk about it. We're just going to grind it up and make it into something that I won't be embarrassed to sell. Okay, so what I do, and I have, unfortunately, I broke my what is this, food processor? I broke it and the top is stuck in the chute. So now I have this little tiny circle chute that I can put it in. So I have to cut these even smaller, which probably makes this, probably one reason why I don't enjoy this process so much. It's just tedious. So I have to make sure that they're gonna fit through the chute. Okay, so here I am, I'm finishing up. You can see what a mess this is. It's pretty tragic. Well, the good news is that only one time did this machine say, "I hate you," and stopped running. But then it cooled off a little bit, really quickly actually, and got back at it. So I have, I don't know if you can see them, I have 2 Ziploc bags here that are full of that soap that I wanted to rebatch, and that'll be batch number 2. I already had the crock pot full, so I just got to clean up this lovely mess here, and then I'll bring you back and show you the process with the crock pot. Alright, so it's been a little while, probably over 30 minutes, and you can see what state it's in right now. Remember, it was full when I filled it up. And this is what it's gone down to. I don't even think there's enough really here for a whole loaf. But I'm gonna mold it anyway, so I can move on to the other shreds that I did. I don't really want to combine them because I don't need to add any fragrance to those other ones for sure. And I don't think I'm going to add fragrance to this one either, because it's just kind of a smorgasbord of flavors or scents from different. I can't believe I just said flavors. Guys, don't eat the soap. Different scents from different soaps. So that's okay. So I'm going to add a little bit more coconut milk to this. Just gonna help it melt down a little bit more too. Alright, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes. See how it's doing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mold this mixture. Mix it up. You can still see a lot of the shavings are not quite melted all the way, and that's okay. It'll just give it a nice sprinkled appearance in the soap. It's pretty fluid, and that's what matters. So I need to, it's hot, so I need to grab something to move this aside. Get as much out of there as I can. So if I had a slab slicer, I could just leave it like this. You can see that it's not near full, and I could just slab it all the way down the length of it and then cut them into bars. But since I really would rather get some bars out of it, I think I'm going to manipulate it a little bit. Show you one way we can do that. I'm going to leave the spoon there for a second and we'll be right back. Okay, so I added another bag of the soap, the really ugly soap that I'm not telling you what it was. I added that here. I added one bag. I put some coconut milk. This is fragranced already with peach magnolia. So I'm not, just like the other one, I'm not going to add any fragrance to it. We're going to let this do its thing for probably about 30 minutes, and then I'll be able to add the second bag once this reduces some, melts, and there'll be room for it. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, this one's moving really slow compared to the other one, and I'm not sure why that is. May not be enough liquid to pour a lot in there. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so you can see it is starting to melt a little bit. Give it another 15 minutes and then I'll add the rest of that other bag in. Okay, let me see if it is coming along here. I'm ready to add the rest of it. It's pretty full. Add some more cream. Okay. I am gonna call. Can't get the light on. I'm gonna say that this is done. So this was 6 pounds of soap, so I'm hoping that it's going to still be 6 pounds in here. I'm going to start just by spooning it in. You can squish it a little more. Okay. There's not much you can do for this. So a little bit for those of you that make soap, they say that rebatching, you can use it to correct mistakes, but I've never done that. Ouch, dang, that thing is hot. But I don't know that I would either unless I know exactly what my mistake was, like measure the exact weight and measurement of the mistake before I were to rebatch and re-add something. But rebatching is definitely a great way to redo something that you're not pleased with by just shredding it up, melting it. It's a great way to add something to it, like I added the coconut milk. maybe the fragrance was off, you didn't, or you forgot to add fragrance. Those type of things can easily be done with rebatching. But if it's like a lye issue or an oil and you're not sure which one, I wouldn't even mess with it. I wouldn't even try to rebatch it. It's too risky. So anyway, that's that. Let's see here. Reminds me of meatloaf in this stage. Not too pretty.